Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Bryan City Council meeting for Monday, August 21st, 2017. Glad to see everyone survive the eclipse. First item on our agenda for this evening is the approval of the minutes from the August 7th meeting. Council, you have those in front of you. Any corrections?
I move we accept them as given to us.
I'll second.
Keith?
Yes.
Judy?
Yes.
Tommy?
Yes.
Carrie?
Yes.
Rick?
Yes. Second item is the clerk treasurer's report. Lori?
The council's been presented with the clerk treasurer's report for the month ending July 31st, 2017.
Make a motion, we pass the report.
Second?
Tommy?
Yes.
Keith?
Yes.
Judy?
Yes.
Carrie?
Yes.
Rick?
Yes. Next item is the hearing of public concerns, and since we don't have any, we will move on to the next item, which is an ordinance. Lori, please number and read.
Ordinance number 29, 2017. An ordinance approving the editing and inclusion of certain ordinances as parts of the various component codes of the codified ordinances of the City of Bryan, State of Ohio, in conforming traffic and general offenses code provisions to the state law changes.
Yes. As I do every year, the codified ordinances are updated both in the Green Book and now online. And what you see before you are the other parts of the codified ordinance that is updated by Walter Drain, which include the traffic code changes and the general criminal code changes that keep us in conformity with Ohio law. Our laws run parallel to the Ohio statutes in those provisions. And this is the ordinance to make those updates and changes as we do every year. Thank you.
Any questions for Rhonda on those?
Was there anything out of the ordinary, Rhonda, or is it just pretty much standard?
Standard, yeah, nothing
Nothing
earth-shattering.
I move to suspend.
Second.
Judy?
Yes.
Carrie?
Yes.
Keith?
Yes.
Tommy?
Yes.
Rick?
Yes.
Move to approve.
Second.
Carrie?
Yes.
Tommy?
Yes.
Keith?
Yes.
Judy?
Yes.
Rick?
Yes.
If you bring your green books in, Cindy will put all the changes in there and get them back to you, so. Green codified books.
Okay. Thank you. Next item, number 5, is another ordinance. Lori, please number and read.
Ordinance number 30, 2017, an ordinance authorizing the clerk treasurer to issue change order number 1 and final for the project known as Training Range Bridge.
Mr. Waterstone.
Evening. This would be a decrease of $5,640. The main reason for the decrease is we spec'd out a certain type of backfill, and the bridge contractor had his engineers looked at it and could do it cheaper with different type of backfill. Bryan was okay with it, so we went ahead and used their recommendation.
Council, any questions for Mr. Waterston?
No.
Alex?
I like the decrease.
Yeah, we'll take decreases.
Absolutely.
Like, entertain a motion?
I move we suspend.
Okay.
I'll second.
Keith?
Yes.
Judy?
Yes.
Tommy?
Yes.
Carrie?
Yes.
Rick?
Yes.
Motion to pass.
Second.
Tommy?
Yes.
Carrie?
Yes.
Keith?
Yes.
Judy?
Yes.
Rick?
Yes,
Thank you.
thank you. Next item is an employee status change. Lori?
Lisa Mormon, who's an account clerk 2 in my office, primarily responsible for customer service and income tax, is due to come off her probation status and onto regular employment status effective September 6, 2017. So I am requesting council's consideration.
What I've seen, she's been a very good addition to your office.
She's been a great asset to our
Yes.
office.
Yes, so I make a motion to, we don't suspend this, do we?
No, just a motion,
Okay.
please.
Yep, I make a motion to accept.
I'll second it.
Tommy?
Yes.
Keith?
Yes.
Judy?
Yes.
Carrie?
Yes.
Rick?
Yes.
Thank you.
Item number 7 is another employee status change in the police department. Chief Willis.
Evening, Council. I'd like to recommend council that Officer John Rathke be appointed to regular full-time status with the police department. This would be effective August 31st, 2017. He has, or he will have successfully completed his 1-year probation at that time. We have had no issues with him. He has been a very good officer for us.
I motion to approve.
I'll second.
Carrie?
Yes.
Judy?
Yes.
Keith?
Yes.
Tommy?
Yes.
Rick?
Yes,
Thank you.
thank you. Next item is to hire a part-time employee of Parks and Rec. Mr. Dominic.
Good evening. Would like to ask council this evening to hire Hunter Kern as a seasonal part-time employee for the Parks and Recreation Department. Hunter goes to school out at Northwest State Community College, therefore has a couple days a week that he'd be able to help us with some odds and ends around the shop until the month of November. So I'd like to hire him to fill the place of my college kids that have now all left for the season.
And you say till November?
Yeah.
Then what happens there, just so you will not be?
Yeah, we
needed?
separate it at that point.
Yeah.
We get to the point in November where like it slows down for us. Like
Yeah.
right now, we're still swamped, and today was day number 1 without our college kids, and
Yeah.
you forget how much they take care of. So it'd be nice to have another set of hands around to help us. We've done this in the past. For the past 3 years, we've always had somebody stick around. The last couple of years it was Tanner Vollmer. He always stuck around and helped us while you went to classes. So this is all budgeted for. It's it just helps with the trash and the weed eating, and we still have mowing that goes on for the next 2 months. And after the mowing's done, then it becomes there's leaves everywhere, and there's still a lot that has to be done, and an extra set of hands would be very helpful.
Did he work for you this summer?
He did not. His brother did, but he did not.
Okay.
I make a motion, we accept Mr. Dominic's recommendation.
I'll second.
Tommy?
Yes.
Judy?
Yes.
Keith?
Yes.
Carrie?
Yes.
Rick?
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Dominic. Item number 9 is a grant award announcement. Chief Siders.
Good evening. I have a bit of good news. Every year I come to council asking your permission to apply for various grants throughout the year, this year being no exception. We have applied for numerous grants, and on Thursday last week I received a phone call from Representative Latta's office congratulating us on receiving the SAFER grant, which is the grant that deals with staffing and of personnel with the fire department. On Friday, I received the email, which was the official notification from FEMA stating that we
have received the grant award. I have put together, I received a packet yesterday from FEMA, the award package, and I made a copy for each one of you to take a look at. This grant is a 3-year grant. The first year, FEMA picks up 75% of the cost for 2 personnel. The second year, they pick up another 75%. On the third year, FEMA picks up 35%. And then the fourth year, the city at that point agrees to absorb them 100%. With that, council obviously has to make, either accept or reject the grant. And at our next council meeting in September, which I believe will be September 5th, I'll be bringing an ordinance to council to ask that you accept the grant. Obviously, there's a lot of hoops to jump through. With the clock is already ticking. We have 180 days to get folks hired under the grant. There are some extensions, but I think that if council accepts this grant, we should be able to meet the 180-day goal that's been set by the feds. So I guess I'll open it up and see if anybody has any questions that I may or may not be able to answer at this point.
Now, this grant, the money is set aside specifically for personnel, is that?
That is correct. That is what we applied for when we applied for the grant. We applied to hire 2 additional personnel.
You may have already said this, but is your intention to hire 2 additional with this grant, or?
Yes, 2 additional personnel with this grant.
So you'll hire 2 this year, 2 next year?
No, sir. 2 total out of this grant.
For the 3-year period?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay, okay.
We just got a new young man last week, or last meeting.
Mhm.
This is above and beyond him, that does not.
That is correct. That is correct.
This is gonna be for a full-time person, 2 full-time?
2 full-time, yes.
Yeah, right.
Well, I appreciate you seeking the grant out. I know, obviously staffing was an issue with the fire department. And this also gives us some time with finances too.
Mhm. So next meeting, like I said, I'll be bringing an ordinance asking you to accept the grant. But in the meantime, you have an opportunity to study this. If you have any questions, by all means, give me a call, stop by. I'll be happy to discuss it with you. And I'm sure Lori and I are going to be in discussions for quite a bit, trying to get this all worked out, just like we did with the last grant we received. So there are extra hoops that we have to jump through with this grant, so it's going to take some work, no doubt about it.
Council have any further questions regarding the grant? If not, we'll move on to item number 10.
We have to accept the grant.
No, there will be a piece of legislation for the next meeting.
Thank you.
The next item, number 10, is new hires for the fire department, speaking of personnel.
I have 3 tonight. Council should have received my letter in regards to each one of these. The first one I'd like to bring before you is Christopher Stillion. With the transfer of Joel DeLong to the wastewater treatment plant back in July, I would recommend that we appoint Christopher Stillion effective tomorrow. He's ready to start tomorrow to fill that full-time position that was opened up with Joel's transfer. The second one is, with the transfer of Jason out to the wastewater treatment plant, is that I ask that we be able to appoint Elijah Partee to fill that position. Elijah will not be able to start until September 5th because he has to give his current employer 2 weeks' notice. So he'll be starting with us right after the Labor Day break. And finally, tonight, I bring before you Jill Davis. I'd ask that she be appointed as a probationary volunteer firefighter, effective tomorrow as well. Jill will be starting her firefighter class in about 3 weeks.
So Elijah would be a full-time as well?
Yes, sir.
I see, they come with class, one comes with class one comes with a class two, is that?
Yes, that is correct. Chris Stillion comes to us with a firefighter 2 certification and his EMT certification. Firefighter 2 is required for a career position. Elijah comes to us with a firefighter 1 certification. He will be starting his fire 2 certification next month as well. We have 12 months to get him to his firefighter 2 certification, but he also comes to us with his EMT certification, so he's pretty much ready to go to work.
Will he receive that class two here, or does he
Yes.
have to go someplace?
No, he will receive it here.
During, through our training?
That is
itself?
correct, sir.
Okay.
Chief, I know you had a lot of paperwork to get ready today. On Ms. Davis's, at the bottom paragraph, it says Brett will be in a range.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Just for note purposes,
Yep.
if we could change that.
Thank you, if we can make that correction.
Thank you.
Can we do all three of these together, or do we have to do them separate?
Together.
Together? Okay, I make a motion that we accept the three of these.
Second.
Judy?
Yes.
Carrie?
Yes, ma'am.
Keith?
Yes.
Tommy?
Yes.
Rick?
Yes.
Thank you.
One more thing, Chief.
Yes, sir.
Where does that bring us as far as numbers?
I knew somebody was going to ask that tonight, so before I left, I counted. That'll bring the current career staff back up to 7, and it will bring our volunteer staff up to 18.
Still well short of the 40 you would like to have.
Well short of where I'd like to be, but we're moving forward, so,
All right. Thank you very much.
thank you.
Thank you.
With nothing further on the agenda, go around the room and see if there's anything further. Mr. Dominic, Mr. Waterston.
Just a quick update on South Street. I stopped out there this morning, talked to the contractor. Water line should have been done today. Plan on starting the storm sewer, and gas company will hopefully be in this week. So we're looking at possibly as early as beginning of next week to start tearing it up, and it'll be closed. So just a brief update.
Thank you very much. Chief Willis.
No, sir.
Chief Siders.
No, sir.
Mr. Maynard. Mr. Long.
I'd just like to thank the mayor for helping us shed a little load today. Turn some of the lights off.
Right.
Trying to conserve that energy.
We even helped with the sun.
Mr. Day.
Nothing tonight, thank you.
Mr. Moore.
That out there on Center Street, that turn lane, they must laid asphalt over the weekend?
Yeah.
Yes.
Because I was out there Friday and there was nobody out there Friday. They were grinding on Avenue A.
Right, Avenue A and Avenue B were paved today, I believe.
Okay, but then they must have done Center Street turn lane on Saturday then?
Yes.
Okay.
They striped it
I
too.
believe it was
No.
striped today, too.
Yeah, striped
right,
today.
it's striped, yeah. Uh-huh.
So now we're just waiting on traffic lights.
Gotcha. That's
Judy?
it.
Nothing?
Carrie?
I'd just like to thank everyone in the city for their patience. Progress is always messy, but all of the street projects going on are going to be very nice for the residents once they're finished. So keep being patient with us.
Probably need a lot of patience next year with Main Street, I would
Yeah,
assume.
we're just gearing you up for the patience.
Lori?
No, sir.
Rhonda?
No, sir.
Mayor?
Well, I told you it was coming sooner or later. Labor Day is September 4th, and the garbage will be picked up as usual on that day, but we will not be in session, or the city offices will be closed. So that means that our next council meeting will be Tuesday, September 5th at 7 o'clock after the BPA meeting at 5 o'clock. So Kevin, if you can get your meeting rolling, we can get ours on time. So that's September 5th. So that's basically all that I have, except with the school not starting a little bit later, our first football game is Friday night versus Van Wert. And the traffic, we don't know how they're going to come out there. Mike is ready for that, but traffic is gonna come in from all kind of areas. The four-way stop, I don't know if they'll get the traffic light up by Friday night. It depends on how the cement, I doubt that. So there's still gonna be the four-way stop. Van Wert, most of the people will probably come from the south end and maybe down Fountain Grove, but we don't know how that's going to go. So it'll be a little congestion out there for the first football game. So drive carefully, and then it won't be too long, the kids will be going to school, so watch for kids. So that's basically what I have tonight.
Okay, thank you. I have nothing further, so council, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Keith?
Yes.
Karen?
Yes.
Tommy?
Yes.
Judy?
Yes.
Rick?
Yes.